Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, OCCW proudly presents the Royal Ramble with B.A. Marcus Frey, Azrael, and Jonathan Mellis.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome and thank you for joining us on another exciting episode of the Royal Ramble. To my left, the inimitable and always interesting Azrael. To my right, the always intimidating and never boring B.A. Marcus Frey.
You sound like Don King. You read the whole I section of the dictionary. He's an imitating, intimidating, inimitable, emasculating.
Incidentally, I indeed. Anyway, so today, lots to talk about today. First of all, we're going to talk about manners and etiquette and turning your phone down. Right when you're in the recording studio. Thank you. We'll get to that in a minute for those of you who missed it. But I want to talk a little bit about AEW. They had their sellout. Was it 40 minutes? They sold out. Was it 10,000?
45 minutes, and they sold like over 10,000 tickets.
Did you buy one?
No. Within 45 minutes, my ass could get one.
Trying to refresh on the browser, and I'm just ass out of luck.
They literally.
Watch from home.
It's if it's not a call for something new, something different, I don't know what is. Literally, we're sitting here looking at WWE, and they keep pushing out the same product every month, every year, and though the wrestlers seem to get better, there's not enough progression within what they're doing with them. So when you give a shot to a new company that's stepping up and saying, "Hey, we'll take anyone, and we will show the world that there are more elite wrestlers out here than ones that sign a WWE contract." I'm all for it. Let's go.
I think it's real easy, to say that the WWE is putting out the same product or a boring product or it's easy to call Vince McMahon the Vern Gagne of the new millennium, right? Being out of touch and whatnot. But what I think it is I think one thing you have to understand about the WWE is that they not only have they outlived all their predecessors, and that AWA is gone, the NWA has been gone for so long. I know they're trying to make a cutback. Right. WCW is gone. I think that one thing that WWE understands is that a large bulk of their audience is going to progress away from them. It's like there are people like us who watched wrestling as children and still watch it today. Yeah. But for the most part, all our friends who watch it with us probably don't watch it, right?
Have grown past it.
Right. So I think that the product that their focus is on their main focus group, their main demographic, which is the
children of today.
Yeah, teens and preteens, right?
I think the detriment comes from the fact that they don't have competition, though. Because when you don't have competition, you start to lose sight of who you are. That's like me going to the ring every day, day in and day out, and there's nobody there. What am I going to do? Start doing ballet?
Well,
I'm not going to. You're going to lose sense of what you're supposed to be doing. You start to lose the drive that got you to the dance in the first place.
Okay, you just married Vince McMahon's daughter. What are you going to do to bring that company back to its
consummate the marriage over and over again, and then hit the pedigree on Bobby Lashley or somebody I want to take a dump on.
Well, what do you do? But honestly, in all seriousness, what do you do to bring the WWE back to its Attitude Era heights?
I think you need to have two different alternatives. One should be more of the sports-oriented, the NWA style of wrestling, which is like Ric Flair, but Ric Flair's a guy. He's a rich guy, but he's a man. He's a human being. Versus the WWE characters are always larger-than-life characters. You have The Undertaker. You had Hulk Hogan rips the shirt off. Basically, he's the Incredible Hulk, from Marvel.
Akeem the African Dream.
Yeah, the big stories, the big characters. Right. A lot of the things that you have now, the kids are watching, and there's no bigger-than-life character at WWE television.
Isn't? Really?
Cool. I mean, Seth Rollins is a human being, like Ric Flair's a human being from
and they lost their opportunity with guys like Shinsuke Nakamura. When you bring them on the main roster and you water them down to the point where people don't care anymore, you had the entire crowd of 15,000 people singing his entrance music that had no words. That's when you know a guy has made a connection with the crowd.
And they cut that down.
And what they did was they said, "What's the best thing that we can do with this guy? Turn him heel, water his wrestling style down, water his character down to where now people don't care."
Well, it's like Shinsuke Nakamura, and the first thing they had him do was he had to win by kicking people in the balls.
Yeah. So when
that was the whole feud.
so
Great Balls of Fire is the pay-per-view name.
You're not the king of strong style anymore. You're the king of low blows.
Interesting.
And it literally then took everything that he built on the way to WWE and NXT, and you literally trashed all of it.
Finn Balor's a good example. Finn Balor could be the Demon King. Finn Balor could be a lot of different things that they could go with, but he's a regular guy in a leather jacket.
Walking
good
around
abs.
talking about Balor Club.
I've seen a lot of those. We're on shows with a lot of those.
Okay, so you're
How
saying
so?
is they need to bring back the larger-than-life characters.
I think you need larger-than-life characters for WWE, and then your alternative would be AEW or NWA or WCW, and then you have like the Japanese style.
Or the Ric Flair
He's a
types,
person, Ric Flair.
the son of a plumber, those types,
Yeah,
right?
Finn Balor, he's a human being.
Ah, that's very interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, when you got somebody that's going to be the figurehead, like the son of the Dream,
Right.
Cody Rhodes,
Right.
that everyone knows that his dad made his name in like the NWA scene and stuff like that.
And
WWE, WWF at the time pretty much shat on his character.
Interesting.
That's why I'm so interested in it, because Cody Rhodes was Stardust.
Yeah.
Didn't want to be a goof. Didn't want to be something stupid.
But
didn't want to be like the bigger than life thing.
For years.
And he didn't want to do it, so
No.
he's Cody Rhodes, the human being.
He
the
can't even
man.
be, is he still not allowed to be Cody Rhodes? Is he still just Cody?
He's Cody Rhodes.
He's Cody Rhodes.
That's his name. He can be allowed to be.
No.
his fucking name.
When he was
Right?
with
Did they
Ring
own
of
it?
Honor, he was Cody.
Really?
The
He had to
American
be?
Nightmare.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cody the American
Cody.
Nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
They copywrote his name?
Well, it's not, his name is Cody Reynolds, isn't it? Isn't he?
Oh, okay.
Right.
His
So,
last name.
okay. Now, I want to ask you guys this directly. A theme for the evening, and the guests that we have come on, and those of you who are watching out there, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to think back to what was your most memorable live wrestling, aside from the OCCW shows, your most memorable wrestling live experience, or your first. Tell us your first and your most memorable. I'm gonna go on record and tell you the first live wrestling match I attended was in the summer of 1986, right? August 1986.
God, you can remember back that far?
It was the day before I met your old lady.
Well,
All right.
I was already one, so I was born already.
So it was 1986 August at the Anaheim Convention Center. The Fabulous Moolah wins a 20-man battle royal. I think she eliminated Jimmy Hart as the last two people in the ring. So that's the first one is also my most memorable. Maybe my most memorable one was the second one when I met the Road Warriors, right? Or I saw the Road Warriors, and I actually, believe it or not, I had a long conversation with Johnny Ace, who was in the corner of the Sheepherders, who later became John Laurinaitis, the guy who runs things over there. We had a very interesting conversation about California and wrestling. I mean, a 15, 16-year-old kid having this conversation with a guy who was going to go on to be...
Did he tell you there's nothing but steers and queers in California and you didn't see no antlers on you?
No, he asked me something about wanting to be a
It's
big
an old
star and
Midwest-
going back and meeting the boys in the back.
Okay.
I don't know. No,
And then Mean Joe threw his jersey on you. I remember. I saw that commercial. Thanks, Mean Joe.
mean.
He's drinking his Coca-Cola and whatnot.
Anyway, so if you're watching out there, send us a post. Let us know what your most memorable and your first live wrestling event was. Okay, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna put that question to you, Marcus. What was your first live wrestling show that you attended?
I went to a Monday Night Raw. It was in 1997.
Jeez, I was already a dad.
Yeah, I mean, you were.
Yeah, go on. All right, go on.
At that point, it's sad because what was going on in wrestling at that point, it was starting to be the transition in the Attitude Era. So there wasn't a whole lot memorable from that night. I was young enough to where I enjoyed the experience.
Who was on the card?
Oh, Jesus.
The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin?
The Rock actually didn't show up that night. They were teasing that he might be in the building, and I think it was back when he had his Titantron was the electricity and all that stuff, and they did it and then he never came out. So
but you saw Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin was there.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it was all the stars that you would get up for, but there wasn't one match that really stuck out. There wasn't one match that made you go, man, that was a really good match.
See, that's the opposite of the first live match I saw. It was a 20-man battle royal. So you had Tito Santana, Don the Rock Morocco, Adrian Adonis, Corporal Kirshner, Jimmy Snuka, Jimmy Hart, and the Fabulous Moolah, and there were just so many, really. Lanny Poffo, the Hart Foundation. And this was all in '86 before they were huge, right? So. You just saw some really cool stuff, and to see them all in the ring at the same time.
It would make you remember the moment.
Yeah, and basically what happened was Tito Santana and Don Morocco were like struggling. They were in there, and then Jimmy Hart runs in and shoves them both out, and they both go out. And while he's celebrating, the Fabulous Moolah jumps in from behind, kicks him out of the ring, and wins.
Yeah, I mean, I think the most memorable wrestler on the card that night for me was Trish Stratus. Because she was.
Well, it's an interesting question because, what do people remember from the first show that they went to, and what age did you see it at is important.
Right.
WWE always has the larger audience because it appeals to people that are younger. So that it's cartoon characters. You want to see the cartoon. You have the WWF cartoons because they're larger than life characters. So the one that I saw that I remember is a Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Mankind. Mankind was the character playing the the piano down in the basement.
Yes.
Crazy stuff
Before
going on.
he was the Three Faces of Insanity.
Right. And then The Undertaker. Have you ever seen The Undertaker's entrance live?
Yes.
Anybody? That is an experience in all of live theater, man. Maybe they do something with the air conditioner, but it gets colder in the building. And that is not nonsense. That is not. If you've seen it, I don't know what it is, but you get goosebumps when you hear The Undertaker bong.
Exactly.
The Undertaker is the business. Undertaker is professional wrestling. That is the top
I would
performer.
say he is sports entertainment.
He is
sports entertainment. You know what I mean? Because he is the one that like you said, when that happens,
right?
When you hear the bong,
and that's why you compare, say, WWE to AEW or WWF to NWA, and you'd have the Undertaker in WWF, and this is why they always had the bigger crowd and always will. And then you have Mean Mark Callis. The regular red-haired fellow who rides a motorcycle or whatever he was doing in the leather daddy gimmick, whatever he was wearing, in WCW.
I agree. Okay, Joey the Bull has
my
one.
moment was back when, I believe in the 80s, Anaheim Convention Center, watching King Kong Bundy and Hulk Hogan in the steel cage match.
Really?
And the same card, you had the Killer Bees. I was a big fan of the Killer
Brian
Bees
Blair
as a kid,
and Jim Brunzell, yeah.
And that's all I remember.
You didn't even know their names?
He was getting crazy, but yeah, that's all I remember.
Wow, yeah, those were some great times. It was,
and you're right. I think if WWE would bring back some of these not old, but characters to their show again, like the weird. That's what made WWE famous, like having guys dress up like cowboys and having like costume characters. I think that needs to come back.
Well, that's interesting you say that because that is the reason why I chose to watch the NWA when I was a kid. Right? I was like, you know what? I know who that is. That's the One Man Gang. That ain't Akeem the African Dream. And besides that, he's white. Right? I'm like, no, I don't want to see that. You know what I want to see? I want to see Ronnie Garvin knock out Big Bubba Rogers.
In Africa?
Yeah,
South Africa.
Oh, okay. Named Akeem? White dude's named Akeem. No, I don't think that. Do you know any white dudes named Akeem? No.
One Man Gang was funny. It's just one. They didn't explain why. He just came out one day and he met Slick and was like, "The hell with it," Got out of the biker gang and into the Capoeira.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Kofi Kingston. What can you guys tell us about that?
Kofi Kingston put on a heck of a match on Monday, and I guess earned a spot in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. Mustafa Ali's hurt. They've been building to Mustafa Ali. He bruised his tailbone and I believe got kicked in the face pretty bad at a point. I think Randy Orton kicked him in the face. Randy Orton has a tendency to kick people right in the face that he don't really think that much of.
I think that he starts to lose sense of kayfabe when it comes to putting the boots to people sometimes. So
unfortunately, Mustafa Ali's out, and now Kofi Kingston's got a shot in the Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
Now, what does that spell for him? Absolutely nothing. It's going to be cool moments. It's going to be a lot of athleticism, but I really think that the spot that Mustafa Ali would have been more of a maybe final two, like actually going for the title, because they were really pushing this kid. I feel like with Kofi, they don't see him in that same light.
I see.
He's athletic, and they love that. But he's not a guy that they would get behind in that same form of fashion.
He's going to take the big sick bump that they were planning on Mustafa Ali.
Exactly. Like he'll take it from the top of one of the cells or the holding cells.
Good luck to you.
Yeah, it's going to be something.
So where are we getting together to watch that? Nowhere. Yeah, exactly.
Freddie Flores' house is always a good place to run through. Yeah, he's
Just watch out for the drive-bys.
cervezas and some of that sweet candy. That
What?
some of that sweet candy that he likes to give out.
Why are you rubbing your nose?
Horchata.
You better. Hey,
Freddie
you know
Flores
we
likes
have
to
a
drink
wellness
horchata.
program at OCCW
Since
and
when?
Free Admission Channel.
Well, I am as healthy as an ox. That's,
All right,
that's
very
on
good.
Coke.
Wow.
All right. The views and opinions expressed by B.A. Marcus Frey are those of B.A. Marcus Frey only. They do not represent Orange County Championship Wrestling. They do not represent the Royal Ramble, nor do they represent the Free Admission Channel.
Real quick shout out to Jessica Sky, CJ, Mindy Hinojosa, Herman Fetterman. Also, we got
Herman Fetterman, my favorite New Yorker.
New York.
Yes.
And then we got Lawyer, Justin Lawyer. He's watching.
Justin Lawyer? Oh, no. Hey, Justin Lawyer, what was your first match out there? Oh, wait, we got it right here.
And leave that lobster alone, you crazy madman. He's putting the lobster to the boiling water. That is sick. These are the wrestling fans that we have. These are wrestling fans that you're trying to, entertain here. Sports entertainment fan.
This
That
is
lobster's not going to wrestle anybody.
Nope.
This is torture. It's like Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton. He's just in there to get tortured.
It just sounds like some Ted Bundy stuff.
Right?
Okay, this is. I'm quoting Justin Lawyer now.
Crazy.
My first match was when I dressed up my one cat as the Undertaker and the other one as Mankind, and I used their pet carrier as a steel cage.
I like that kind of thing, though, man. Like the boiler room.
We've got to have that guy on our show one of these days. Justin Lawyer, if you're out there, I'm extending an invitation for you to come onto our show.
Can we have like the proper authorities also sitting by though? Because he might need a straitjacket.
If indeed he does, we can. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Sounds like an
this
episode
guy's-
of Pokemon that I saw the one time. And he's like, hey, you versus you.
Yeah, right.
That is funny.
So you want to bring out our next guest and ask him what wrestling match he likes?
I was well. Before we do that, I wanted to get your opinion on, as you know, in just a week and a half. Is it a week and a half? The 23rd of February at the Boys and Girls Club in Westminster, California.
I'm gonna be there.
We have the 20-man over the top rope Heartbreak City Rumble.
And the only man in that match that matters is the one sitting to your right. So
For the
right.
number
You're right on the camera. That'd be me.
the number one contendership to the Orange County Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Gustin Thunder Uberstude, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to get, you're actually
I'm
doing
in
double
it.
duty that night. You were wrestling
Danny Moon.
Danny Moon.
The great veteran Danny Moon
And
from
I want-
MPW.
I wanted to first get your...
and MPW.
I wanted to first...
And also MPW.
What's going to happen in your damn match?
I am going to break his legs. I'm going to run circle. I mean, I'm not a cardiovascular machine like Malcor and whatnot, but I'm pretty up and ready. I'm rough and tumble. I've trained. I've been places. I mean, I've never met Danny Flame. I just asked Vampiro at Lucha Underground for his advice. I'm not very well traveled like most of all y'all.
Bro,
you know what I
is
mean?
wilding right now.
Okay, so...
I take my instruction from the heads of Ring of Honor and Lucha Underground and places like that, not the Tang Sudo Academy from wherever the fuck they're from. You know?
All right, and you, okay, now you don't have double duty, you have single duty.
Because here's the thing is, putting me in double duty is literally putting more people in harm's way. So you already got 19 other men that are going to be getting their asses kicked in that ring. As soon as I get there, every single little bug is going to get stepped on. Whether you got 8 legs, 2 legs, it don't matter. You in that ring with me for this Rumble, you are going to get your ass kicked.
Now, speaking of bug, what do you think about that spider fella? What's his name? Danny Lime.
Who?
Exactly.
Now, see, I watch a lot of independent wrestling, and I'm well familiar with Danny Limelight. And I watch a lot of independent wrestling, and I see a lot of race to see what's the stupidest thing that a grown man can do in a professional wrestling ring. But by God, doing the little web slingers thing is a good contender for at least a
let's
silver
talk about
medal.
this. This dude comes here, and every single time he turns around, he's complaining about how he's not getting his title shot. How Jonathan Malice is holding him back. Oh, Danny Limelight. Oh, I'm gonna cry about this and that. Bro, like,
Wow.
Danny Limelight.
Get
Oh my
your
goodness.
ass in the ring and get handled. That's all you got to do.
Limelight.
Show up and prove that you deserve that title shot. Because I swear to God, if you make it past me, you might see a chance at a title. But that's a big if. And we live in the world of reality. I'm telling you right now, it's not happening.
Thug life. Thug life. You ain't getting past Black Hammer, and you for sure ain't getting past White Lightning. And we are going to bring it down upon you on February 23rd. You might be able to adapt and overcome and jump over all the things and climb the rope bridge and win the dance recitals and the things and the reality shows. But in that ring, in that squared circle, when you're going to face the yin and the yang, the ebony and the ivory, the salt and the pepper, we are going to bring it down. We're going to season that
push it
green
real
boy.
good.
We're going to season that indie wrestler with salt and pepper all over February 23rd.
Sounds like I have nothing left to add to that. Fair enough. All right. Certainly,
And
Danny.
we're going to hit you with Freddie Flores. I'm going to drop Mikey O'Shea on you. I'm going to hit you with every wrestler from OCCW in all of history. I might drag up on Holy. I might bring King Favi. I might
Going to
God
happen.
only knows who's going to show up. OCCW All-Star
Roadhouse.
Team. We are going to crush Danny Limelight.
Roadhouse,
The
yeah.
Sinister 19
Sean
versus
Black.
Spider-Man. You know what? There ain't going to be no sequel to this movie.
mean,
I've seen Uncle Ben die 27 times in movies. Quit rebooting it. Good God. What does Spider-Man do the next day?
All
No one cares.
I know is when you in that ring, there ain't no green screen. There's no stunt.
Right?
There's no stunt doubles. You have to get in there and get your ass kicked. So enjoy it. Take in every moment of it, because at the end of the day, it's what's gonna happen.
And
Okay.
even half of Azrael is still half amazing. Wood life, no names, real names, no gimmicks. Yeah, thug life.
So if you guys are coming out to Salt and Peppers, and you guys gonna come out to Push It?
We're gonna bring a
Well,
lot of
first of
songs.
all, there are no tag teams in this battle royal. Now there are members of tag teams in the battle royal, but they are not going. If it comes down, let's say for instance, La Raza, they finish 1-2, last two in the ring, right? Sorry, you don't split the title shot. It's either you are in or you are out. So, that's an entire possibility.
You know what? I'll send both of their asses packing together so that they can skip out of the damn arena holding hands.
Okay.
Going straight back to Puerto Rico to get me some tacos and whatever falafel they like.
Falafels? You were going to say falafel.
Bring me falafel.
Okay.
Dreidel, I made you out of clay. Dreidel.
Whatever it is they make.
I don't know
go
what.
get me some.
Where do you think Puerto Rico is, man?
Hold on.
What in the world?
While we're talking about tag team partners and partners in general, I want to take this moment to give a shout out to our good friend Othello, right? Who just spent a little more time in the hospital, had some blood things going on, some going on with his legs. I hear he's out of surgery, in recovery. I don't know. Is he back home yet? Do you know?
He's still
He's still in the hospital. So we're gonna make our. Which hospital is it? Don't tell me on the air. We'll go down there and we'll raise hell. All right. So Othello, Christina, if you guys are watching, much love. Fingers crossed. I'm not a praying man, but if I was, I would be praying. So good luck, and I hope for all of OCCW, the Free Admission Channel, and the Royal Ramble, we want to wish you all a get well soon.
Definitely. But you know who better be a praying man? Danny
Danny
Limelight.
Limelight better be a praying man. I'm putting together the Infinity Gauntlet. I'm getting all 6 stones. I'm gonna put the gauntlet on, and it's gonna go right up Danny Limelight.
Okay. Very good. All right, I want to thank.
Better watch out, you might call Seville.
Yeah, Seville. There's a real terror. That would be what, Spider Bitch or whatever, little Spider Bitch.
Now look, I've been learning to pray. I've been studying my Bible, and B.A. Marcus Frey, you're pretty familiar with the Bible as well. Is Leviticus the sea monster that Moses summoned to get the other people that he didn't like and take them down to the
that is not what Leviticus is.
What is it? What is it then? Is it like the book of Numbers, which for robots? It's like you open it up and it's like 0110001, and it's like how the robots are supposed to pray and behave.
Not at all.
Lightning's gonna strike, man.
I'm gonna have to sit him down and give him a lesson on what the Bible is.
Is that how I get my wishes? Do I rub the book and then it comes, and then Shazam! Will Smith throws Danny Limelight out of the Royal Rumble.
The views and opinions of Azrael are the views and opinions of Azrael alone. They do not represent Orange County Championship Wrestling, the Royal Ramble, or the Free Admission Channel, or anyone else in their right mind. Okay, at this juncture, I wanted to wish you thank you for coming on, B.A. Marcus Frey.
Of course.
I want to wish you luck in that Heartbreak City Rumble.
We go through this every week.
I'm sorry,
John.
you're right. I want to wish you the best.
Thank you.
All right?
Because that's all I am.
Yeah.
So you can wish it. That's what you get.
Jesus Christ, you can't take a compliment, can you?
Damn right.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on. I'm sure our viewership has increased thanks to you. I'm serious. Now,
Bible study in my house. Bible study in my house. Sunday noon.
You got a lot to learn.
It's very confusing. All the numbers and names.
You should know better.
Austin 316 says I'm gonna whip Danny Limelight's ass.
Oh man.
All right. I'm gonna scoot over and kiss the lightning.
I know
bolt.
lightning is gonna strike.
Right.
Whatever,
Okay.
you're good at jujitsu. Whatever. You just choke him.
Just choke him.
Our next guest is known the world over as not only a cruciverbalist, not a wordsmith of the highest source. This man is known for his lexiconography. He is known for his inimitable, undeniable, irrepressible, inexplicable knowledge of words and wordplay. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcome the puntastic Lex Icon. Come on in, Lex.
Oh, pimping ain't easy.
See, I didn't know what all those words were because I got with girls in high school. You know what I mean? I didn't have time to sit there and read the Dungeons and Dragons manual and whatnot.
Don't lie.
What? You know?
You still read the Dungeons and Dragons manual.
You know what? I'm gonna roll that D20 dice and it's gonna crit on Danny Limelight. That's what's gonna happen.
By the way,
+5 to spider slaying.
By the Bible is that game where the things blow the bubbles and Bible bubble.
That's
Okay.
Bubble Bobble.
Bubble bobble. I get it.
It's good to see you, Lex.
Yeah.
I understand you had a few physical difficulties, but you've got them under control.
I did. I had some issues with my feet, and nice, thankfully to say that I'm almost totally back to 96%. And I'm glad I'm going to be back. I'm glad I'm going to be back for the Heartbreak City Rumble. I'm excited about it. I was at the cage match, and I was sitting back in the stands watching, and it was just an amazing show. So
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because according to SoCal Uncensored, it was a terrible show, and the people of Orange County deserve so much better.
I mean, basement dwelling Andrew.
Oh, what a piece of shit that guy is, huh? I'm sorry for my language, but there's no other better way.
Lexicon, are you helping me throw Danny Limelight out of the Rumble?
Why are you cutting me off when I talk bad things about people?
What? I wanted to know. We don't have all night. If we wanted to sit here and listen to you shit on people, we'd be here till midnight. And I got
So what's wrong with what do you have to do?
I'm a busy man. I've
Yeah.
got sit-ups to do. I gotta get ready for Danny Limelight.
Okay. All right, so
Planet Fitness is not a 24-hour facility. Man. It's not like all your fancy gyms. I gotta be there before 10. Well,
Fair.
11.
fair enough. So
As far as that guy goes, I've read some stuff here and there on
Andrew Pacino, that piece of shit, that guy?
yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
And
You know, if I get to Planet Fitness late and it's only the grape candies in the dish, that's disgusting. I pay for regular Tootsie Rolls, god damn it, and I show up and they have these purple gimmicks, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
Don't forget
And I call
Tuesday
Marcus
pizza.
Gray, and he's there in like 15 minutes, and that's when we work out at the Planet Fitness.
I love me some great candy.
And then he winds up eating them all.
It tastes good when I work out.
Hey,
I'm just like,
All right. So you were saying.
Just based my opinion is that everything I've seen, if it doesn't say PWG, he hates it.
Is that what that is?
That's what I've seen from him so far. If it's not.
Hey, Robert, we have a picture of this guy, the real picture. Not his Facebook picture, but the one where he really looks like an overweight version of a reject from a Wayne's World 2 shoot.
I saw PWG.
I really can't say that.
No, well, anyway, that said, all right. You don't got to pull it up, Robert.
I want to see it.
All right, well, I'll show you. Huh?
I will summon Leviticus to take this man to the underworld.
That's Old Testament. That's Old Testament. Honestly, the guy looks like a tweaker Jesus. Hey.
Oh, so you're Leviticus? Well, what are you going to Deuteronomy?
Deuteronomy's when you don't want to have kids anymore. I had a Deuteronomy back in the 80s. That's why I'm without heir to my throne.
All right. Shifting gears, right? All right. So finish your thought, and then we'll move on.
No, from what I've been told, this guy has never been in a wrestling ring.
No, or an MMA ring, and he claims to know all that too.
I will be the first to say that I'm not athletic, but at least I've been in a ring and I've actually trained some. I've done a drop kick. That's all I can say. I'm a big guy, but I've been able to successfully do a drop kick once, and I'm thrilled with that.
When Andrew Pacina's knee gets better, he's gonna come in and kick the living shit out of all of you.
Well, you know what?
I've been waiting on that knee to heal for like 6 years.
Whenever you want to come kick the living shit, I will tie my knees together.
We're at 83.
Like your mother should have, Andrew Pacina.
In California.
No, just Pacina's mouth.
Oh, wow.
So anyway,
I could have said I like grapes too.
okay.
It's things like this that are why I'm not listed in the top 100 wrestlers in Southern California on SoCal Uncensored.
Well, you know what? Even if everyone voted for you,
damn it.
Even if everyone voted for you, Azrael, it would only count for 30% of the vote. Everything else would be decided by those clowns.
And that's by Scott Steiner math.
Scott Steiner meth?
So you can win the popular vote and then not win the whole thing? That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense.
The reality is...
What kind of banana republic would institute such a rule? That the popular vote wouldn't elect the leader of the free goddamn world.
Interestingly enough, it's uncensored, so you go figure that out. Yeah. All right, let's shift gears a little bit. We don't need to talk about that.
Is this a porn site you keep talking about? What's uncensored?
It sounds like it, huh? Like if I knew my son was logging on to SoCal Uncensored, I'd be like, hey, man, you know what? Just keep it in your room. But,
also, get a girlfriend.
No, don't do that. You're better on
the independent wrestling website.
So, your first wrestling match that you attended live and your most memorable?
The first one I attended live, I'm trying to think. It was either 1980. It was either 87 or 88. I think it was. It had to be at the Philadelphia Spectrum.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, well, I'm from South Jersey, so.
Did you see Rocky there? Because isn't that where he fought Apollo Creed?
Yeah. Sure. That's where the statue used to be.
Right.
And the main event was, I'm trying to see, the thing is, I'm not...
Okay, was it an NWA or a WWF show?
WWF.
Okay. And this was, you said, 87?
87
so imagine it'll be, that's the Ultimate Warrior.
It was Hogan.
Okay.
In the main event.
Probably the Big Boss Man?
No, it was either right after WrestleMania, so it was either WrestleMania 2, excuse me. So it would have either been
WrestleMania 2 was in 85.
No, WrestleMania 2 was 86. The first WrestleMania was 85. I am certain of that.
But you said this was 87.
It was but it was like right. It was either King Kong Bundy or Paul Orndorff.
Okay, right.
I think it was Orndorff, but I just remember it was Lord Alfred Hayes was there, and I don't remember too much about it. I was young at the time.
Lord Alfred Hayes.
As far
what a strapping young lad in the ring. You guys aren't old enough to remember
Lord Alfred Hayes. Dad? Was it Steven Regal's dad?
No, but he was, yeah. Hey, someone turn the noise down on your phone, please.
Notice that we all saw WWF shows first, by the way. The superior product.
British people know each other.
It's a small island.
But my most memorable, I think, was probably the first ECW show I went to. Because when I was in college, I was really into ECW. It was right
I hated ECW.
It was right
Still
when they
do.
just became Extreme.
Right.
Before they
when
went
it's Eastern
over the top.
Championship Wrestling.
Well, it was Extreme, but it was Extreme Championship Wrestling, but it was like right after they became Extreme. It wasn't like the crap they did later when they were on TV.
So Shane Douglas had just taken a dump on the NWA title.
Yeah,
when he
right,
got up to the
exactly.
ring.
And I'll be the
I
first to
remember
say,
that.
I am a tremendous Shane Douglas mark. I will be the first to say
I
that.
absolutely cannot stand that man.
If you go to Target and ask for the manager, you might get Shane Douglas.
yeah,
You know what?
but I heard he doesn't work there anymore.
Here's the funny thing. One of the people I wanted to meet, and I bought the T-shirt at the show, at the ECW show, was the Public Enemy. Huge fan of the Public Enemy.
Right. They were cool guys.
And this was a show in Reading, Pennsylvania, and I stuck around afterwards, and I was talking to...
Rocco Rock?
I was talking to Damian Stone, I think was his name.
Damien Steele?
No, I think it was Damian Stone. Was
Okay.
His name. He was a manager of Bad Crew, and he and his wife owned the gym that they was doing the show at. The Public Enemy came out later, but I'm standing there talking to them with the shirt, and this local guy from there named Pinky, aka the Pink Flamingo, aka Pinky, who was basically not the Pinky from SoCal, obviously, but this guy dressed like a pimp in all pink and whatnot. He came out and goes up to me and says, "Hey, I'll sign your shirt," and signs. I'm like, "It's not even your shirt. It's a Public Enemy shirt."
Right.
I'm like, "Son of a bitch." And it's like,
Son of bitch?
Yes.
Son of
And I
bitch.
always said if I ever got into wrestling, my first feud was going to be with him. A friend of mine from Pennsylvania, after I moved out here, sent me a picture for my birthday one year of Pinky sprawled out on the ground after someone threw him out of the ring.
Oh, wow.
It's like,
Wow. Okay, so tell us what's on the agenda for you.
Well, I did want to say I'm kind of it is a disappointing day in the wrestling world.
Why is this?
Today we lost Pedro Morales,
Oh, that's right, Pedro Morales. Pedro Morales.
the first
Great.
ever Triple Crown champion in WWF.
Yeah. He won the tag team, the Intercontinental, and the World title. He wound up dropping the title to, was it Stan Stasiak?
Gosh, I don't even remember.
Anyway, if you ever get a chance to watch some of his old matches against what was the Superstar Graham, right?
Yeah.
At the old Madison Square Garden. That place looked like it was going to riot because you could see, and this was
He was huge in New York.
That's back then when they could get away with it. You would see Superstar Graham.
Jeez. Tell me more, Grandpa. I love this story.
Don't make us
What
get
is
Leviticus.
Superstar
Anyway,
Billy Graham do next?
Okay, sad thing, Pedro Morales passed away. He was so over that they were gonna riot at Madison Square Garden if he didn't win the title from Superstar
And
Graham.
if John Cena had won that night in the ECW arena versus Rob Van Dam, we would have burned Philadelphia to the ground.
The other thing is, for me, the more sad part was 3 days earlier, this past Sunday. Film
Go
for
ahead.
WWF wrestler. He was also in ECW. Salvatore Bellomo passed away.
Sal Balomo.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was still alive.
Oh,
I watched his matches. I didn't know he was alive then.
Sal was used mostly as an enhancement talent in WWF, but he had
You mean a
some-
jobber?
I prefer enhancement talent.
Okay, from Italy, right?
He was built from Italy, but he was actually from Belgium.
Oh, really?
Yep. And when I started my wrestling career, quote unquote, working as a ring announcer for AFA in World Extreme Wrestling, Sal was always there.
Stop it.
How many of those
We have a
did you
guest.
drink, for
We have a
God's
guest.
sake? I'm all jittery. I drank half
Anyone
Anyone
else
I'm all
died this
punched
week?
up.
No, not that I know, but I just wanted to tell you, I was friends with Sal. He helped train the guys at AFA's school. And he
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was always there with a kind word. Super nice guy. And one of the things he really was, a lot of these veteran wrestlers, they're trying to save their spot or keep their spot or bring back memories of when they were relevant. But Sal was all about the new generation of wrestling. He was loved the new generation. He moved back to Belgium a few years ago, started his own wrestling school there, and that's where he passed away this Sunday at 67 years old.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Nice
well,
guy,
my
super
thoughts,
nice guy.
thoughts and prayers out to his family. My condolences. We wish you
I didn't
well.
mean to bring the show down, folks.
Yeah,
I
thank
really
you for
didn't.
being so down. Did you
Who's
wanna
our
say
next
something?
guest?
I especially hate the new generation of wrestlers. This spot is my spot, damn it. You are not dislodging me out of here. You bunch of new students at the OCCW Wrestling School. Mikey O'Shea might like you, but I have disdain for you.
That's
Just
okay.
disdain.
At the April show for OCCW, there's going to be a beard versus beard match. Me versus Azrael.
I accept all challenges. The hell with it.
Well, thank you for coming by, Lex. I'm glad to see you're on the road to recovery, and I wish you all the best.
And hail Leviticus.
Hey,
Yes, summon the sea monster Leviticus to do my bidding.
what are you doing? You know what? The
I
last time I
was-
let you have a sip of that, this came back heavier than when I handed it to you.
You know what? I don't even test negative for drugs anymore. I can't. I'm now ineligible for the Olympics because of your drink of doom.
My drink of doom.
And our next
Bring on
guest.
Danny Limelight's watching.
Oh,
Thank
he is.
God.
He's finally watching.
Danny Limelight.
Danny, you missed it. We were just talking about you.
Look,
You may have to go back.
Danny
Hold on,
Limelight's
here we
a
go.
great man.
Oh, no.
He's
I don't know what's
no.
wrong.
Hey,
Hey,
hey, Marcus.
Danny Limelight, holla at your boy. You about to get your ass kicked.
Oh.
Yeah, thug life, thug life.
You know, I liked Marcus Morales in Into the Spider-Verse. I don't know why everyone has a problem with him. All right, our next guest. All right? You may know him as former referee extraordinaire. You may know him as the only one from that federation up there that can actually take a bump without going through a bunch of light bulbs. You may know him as the Chiver. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Danny. Oh, my bad. I thought it was Danny Limelight. Sorry.
Freddie Havoc.
The Freddy Havoc, damn it! You show some respect, Joey the Bull.
He said he was
God
going to show up
damn it.
today. He said he was going to show up. He never showed up.
Are you gonna help me get rid of Danny Limelight out of the Rumble?
Okay.
Both of you, all of you, damn it! That man will not be victorious. Bring every light tube, bring a chainsaw, I don't give a damn. Thumbtacks, mouse traps,
Legos.
what's Spider-Man? Kryptonite, whatever.
No, Spider-Man
I don't care. His parents'
Water.
ashes, whatever. I don't even know.
Called Raid.
I'm not. Okay, whatever Spider-Man's not cool with, throw that at him.
Hey, what is Spider-Man's weakness?
Girls.
Women.
Women?
Uncle Ben.
Wild rice.
Punctuality.
Ben's wild rice.
I don't know.
Chiver, welcome to the show. It's good to have you.
Oh, you remember me, huh? I mean, I haven't heard you say anything for the last few weeks.
Damn.
My name hasn't been anywhere.
Well,
You know, I might sound a little bitter right now.
Right?
I just finished a few weeks ago
Yeah.
kicking Freddie Helmet's ass.
true.
I don't even get a mention. I don't even get a nod.
Well,
All I keep hearing about is Danny Limelight.
Yeah.
Danny Limelight. I'm gonna kick his ass. That's what everybody's saying.
Yeah, he ain't even here tonight.
Why don't you focus on me for a little bit?
Yeah,
You don't think I have
Yeah.
a chance at winning this Rumble?
he could.
well, sure you could. Absolutely. I think you have a chance. I would have entered you in it if I didn't think you were going to win.
I'm surprised I'm even in it. I haven't even heard about anything mentioned about me. Haven't gotten a phone call. Haven't heard anything.
Well, let's be fair, all right? I haven't seen you at training, right? You barely came by today to pick up your tickets to sell, which, by the way, $20 at the door, $15 pre-sale to the Heartbreak City Rumble.
I was just here on Friday. Training.
Oh, yes, that's right. At 11 o'clock at night when I rolled up after having an evening out with my girl. By the way, how you doing, babes? Love you.
Yeah.
Hey, don't you say that about my
And a
girl.
happy early Valentine's Day,
Holy
Mrs.
Joey.
Malice.
Hey, well, hold on a second.
Well, anyways,
What? I was just, what? I can't talk?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about Valentine's Day. You know what? People say, hey, you going to close the dojo? You do anything special for Valentine's Day? And you can ask my girl. She will back you up on this. Baby, when you're dating John Malice, every day's Valentine's Day.
Right.
That's right. All right.
Master of the rear naked choke.
so does that
Jonathan
mean
Malice.
every day is a disappointment?
Give her the Brazilian necktie.
No, nothing like that. I treat my woman with respect is what I'm saying. She's in love and all that good stuff.
You know, real quick.
Yeah,
Real quick.
yeah.
I'm still a little pissed off. But let me do one thing here real quick. Happy birthday, Steve.
Oh,
DJ SoCal, it is his birthday today. On a lighter note, want to wish you much love and much soul, right?
Did you read that? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. People still remember me. People think I could be a champ here.
Right? Steve
Well,
Dodge, you
absolutely.
said happy birthday to a moment ago. Is becoming, and Steve Dodge is available for your special event, wedding, kickback,
Kickbacks.
bar mitzvah. And also there will be some wrestling on February 23rd, in addition to DJ Soak.
Is that right? Okay,
Right?
all right.
DJ
And I want to see a
SoCal.
table on fire. Whatever. Danny Limelight's in number 1. He should be like 2 or 3. And I want to see a table on fire with some hypodermic needles on the table and a piranha shark
what-
tank under it.
I can make that happen.
Right?
I know how to light tables on
Hell
fire.
yeah, he does.
I know how to throw people through thumbtacks.
Yeah, wrestle in the dark. Take all the light tubes and bash it over his head, and then when nobody can see him, and then I'm just gonna come up behind him and throw him out.
Anyway,
That's it. All right, listen. First of all, let's recap a little. Tell us about your match with Helmuth at Cage Match. What you'll do if you win this Heartbreak City Rumble, and
you know,
plans for the future.
I did say in that lead up, the build up to that match, that after that match, it's in my rearview mirror. I beat him. We fought. We went to war. I bled all over that ring. I gave him everything I had. And I left it all in that ring. Granted, you're right. I haven't been here to train. I haven't been here to promote myself as I should have. But I shouldn't have stopped anybody else from promoting the hell of a fight that I did and what's forward for me. With that being said, if he happens to be in the ring at the exact same time I'm there, I'm pretty sure there's going to be fireworks. What's there to stop us at that point and keep fighting? But, as I mentioned, that's in my rearview mirror. I got to focus on what's ahead. Do I think I have a chance at winning that Rumble? 100%. Otherwise, I wouldn't have agreed to be in there. Do I think I can become the OCCW champion, or at least challenge Gus Uberstedt or whoever might be the champion when I get the chance, if I would happen to win? You know what? Why not? The sky's the limit. You know what? I'll take every chance I have. I think I've proven myself here at OCCW that I will fight till the very end. Doesn't matter if I'm bleeding, if I'm limping, if I'm missing an eye. I'm going to go in that ring. I'm going to give everybody everything I have.
All right. Well, those are inspired words from an inspired man. So, should you know that one of the stipulations of the individual who wins the Heartbreak City Rumble, not only do they get a shot at the championship, they also get to pick the stipulations for the match. For instance, if they want a cage match, they get a cage match. If they want a barbed wire dog collar chain match, they can do that somewhere else. But, do you have any special stipulations that you would choose should you win that match?
Pie eating contest.
Oh, I would win that for sure.
To be honest, stipulations, they really don't matter.
Good.
I'd probably just do I want to win this belt with honor. I want to carry that if I get the opportunity and I do win this title, I want to win it with honor, and I want to walk around with honor and show people that this is a company that not only respects wrestling but puts in the time and work to present themselves as professionals.
All right. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So it doesn't matter. You don't care about the special stipulations if you win. Okay. Yes. Special stipulations. As I stated before, if the individual who wins gets his choosing of the stipulations for the title match. For instance, if let's say Lex Icon went over and he wanted a scaffold match.
Spelling bee, damn it! I want him to win.
All right. Well, then it would be a scaffold.
Lugubrious.
Scaffold pun match.
Yes. There you go. Ostentatious. Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
It's not even a real thing.
It's a word.
Would you?
You know what it means?
Yeah, you're one of them Antifa people. You're one of them with the V for Vendetta mask on.
Okay, before we say goodbye, I wanted to get some memories from you. Your first live wrestling show that you attended, and your most memorable, if they're not the same.
First live show. I don't remember the year. I do remember that my uncle took my brother and I to a WWF show at the Sports Arena.
Right.
It was a house show, and I recall the main event being a steel cage match between Ravishing Rick Rude and the Ultimate Warrior.
I remember those matches. Yeah.
It was a great show, first time ever. Unfortunately, my uncle ruined it. Just kept talking trash about wrestling and just try to kill the business for me.
Really?
And
Why would he take you there and then do that?
I don't have an answer. But he did, but guess
Were the
what?
beers cheap that night?
He wrote a
really
review
didn't
of the
drink.
show for SoCal Uncensored and was very unkind towards
I
Ravishing
think
Rick
he started
Rude.
He started SoCal Uncensored, yes, where he hates everything but PW.
There hasn't been a reverse Rana in 3 minutes in this match. To hell with it.
As far as a memory
How come no one's
goes,
slapping their ass when they throw a kick?
as far as a
If I was
memory
Rick Rude, I
goes,
would.
my memory of wrestling, the love that I have for it and the respect that I got for it was probably when I went to one of my first few indie shows and I got to see a match when PWG first started out, way back in the day when they were at the Jewish Center in Hollywood.
Sure. The Hillel or whatever?
I went in. I was just a spectator that night, and I got to see a match with Scorpio Sky and he was wrestling. I'm not sure why this name is coming into my head, but I might be wrong, and apologize if I am. I think he was wrestling a wrestler by the name of Chris Bosch. And that night, both guys gave one hell of a match. At the same time, it was a night where Scorpio Sky's mask was ripped off and he was left in a bloody pulp. I just remember the emotion from the fans, the disappointment of the turn, and it was that moment where I knew that I was doing something right and something that I loved to do, and I didn't want to stop doing it then, and it inspired me to continue to train hard. And to this day, I still train. I'm still going out, especially on Friday nights, right here at OCCW, John De La O Jiu-Jitsu
Training Center.
That's my Mick Foley pop. We're here training. Little Cholo and Mariachi Loco got a great class. All are welcome. Just hit them up.
It's Friday nights.
It's Friday nights.
8 p.m.
8 p.m. Ish.
Don't say ish. Just 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Just because they're always late doesn't mean you have to be late, all right?
It's a great class. I highly recommend it. A lot of stuff, a lot of learning, a lot of confidence building. You may not do lucha, and lucha might not be for you, but trust me, this is a class or a training session that you might want to learn. Come in and learn and push yourself to the next limit. It's a fun time. I've seen some great guys come in here. A lot of young guys coming in, and the young guys. A great example is Eddie Weiss, up a newcomer here at OCCW, who pushes me to my limits, and that's what it's all about: is pushing each other, helping each other grow, and that's what I got right now going on. And in a few weeks, I got my first opportunity to work a show, the VWE. March 15th, also going to take place right here at the OCCW training facility. The address, John, please.
8381 Catella Avenue, Stanton, California, 90680. That's Unit J, Stanton, California, 90680.
But with that said, I'm going to look that far ahead, but at the same time, I got Heartbreak City in about a week. I'm ready to take all the comers. I don't care what number I am. But you have Salt and Pepper. Apparently, you tag teaming in this thing going on here.
Yeah, don't push it.
Gonna season all of you clowns. I know how to season a chicken. You're spreading some hateful lies about me that I don't know how to make chicken delicious. But I do.
Make him want to shoot.
Marcus Frey better watch out. I remember an incident in the ring where something happened, but we're not gonna bring that up. But Marcus Frey is gonna definitely got a receipt coming for him, buddy. I hope you're ready, you disgusting son of a...
All right, that said, don't miss it. Heartbreak City Rumble, that's Saturday, February 23rd, right, at Westminster Boys and Girls Club in Westminster. Doors open at 6:30.
And if you need tickets, anybody, hit me up. I have tickets, $15 right now, $20 at the door. Get the pre-sale. If not, hey, there's still tickets at the door. It's going to be a great venue. Bring your signs, bring your yelling, bring your hollering, bring your cheering, bring your booing. It doesn't matter. Who knows? Maybe one of these two knuckleheads over here are going to beat up Danny Limelight. I don't know what the whole beat.
Okay, well, I want to know why. Yeah, why is everyone going off on Danny Limelight?
He's going to be first in the Rumble. He's the first guy that's going to be in there.
Fair enough.
I'm going to get there and throw him out.
Okay.
And before I leave, as I mentioned, the VWE show, March 15th.
Will we be seeing 10 Bears? Maybe a surprise visit from 10 Bears?
This obsession you have with 10 Bears is fascinating to me.
You're the one who has the obsession with 10 Bears.
Because he's better than 9 Bears and 3 Badgers.
You said I have a stipulation if I win the Rumble, right?
If you win the Rumble, yeah.
Can my stipulation be on March 15th that Gus Uberstud puts his title on the line against
No,
me?
I will not have my OCCW title belt defended on someone else's show.
I'm just saying, you said any...
Unless the price was right, give me a call, Mr. Promoter Heisel. Give me a call.
But seriously, though, that's who I will be going one-on-one with on March 15th is your champ, Gus Uberstud. So I'm going to have to, teach him a lesson there and then bring him back over here and finish him off here.
Fair enough. All right, well, thank you for coming on the show. I know you're busy chiving, and talk a little bit about chiving on, and then...
Oh, real quick, we had a successful charity event over the weekend 2 weeks ago. We teamed up with the San Jose Sharks. We were up there. We raised some money for the wounded veterans along with children with rare diseases and Chive charities. With that said, on the Cage Match 3 show, with everybody's help of purchasing shirts that night of the Chivers Club shirt, we were able to raise...
I bought 2 of them, by the way.
Did you? I don't know if we did or didn't, but
I would have, but we'll talk about that.
I raised with donations and everything. We raised $175. So thank you to everybody who
fantastic,
who got a shirt.
$175,
and that all went to charity. And
that's cool.
Proof of that. So
that's
that was
cool.
a line. And thank you guys.
You did a good job.
I don't know. Maybe
all
Andrew,
the chivers that were there.
Maybe Andrew Pacino's gonna say I lied or something.
Andrew Pacino is a lie, right? He's a liar. His freaking column's a lie. Not to mention poorly spelled and grammatically incorrect, right? The guy doesn't go to the shows and he writes as though he was there. Go ahead.
Aren't chives that you put on a baked potato?
They are.
What do you do at these parties? Do you cover each other in butter and sour cream? And
Maybe we do.
Maybe we do.
Hey, by the way, 10 Bears is watching.
Hey,
10 Bears, thank God. Will he be in the Rumble? He probably could throw out Danny Limelight with the strength of 10 Bears. I like 10 Bears because he's Rudy, but a grown-sized man. Yes. Rudy's like 2.5 Badgers.
Hey,
And then 10 Bears comes in all glorious looking.
2.5 Badgers. All right, hey, I'm sorry.
I appreciate it. Like I said, I came in here hostile. I'm kind of upset, but I think I got to prove something to you, boss. And
you don't got to prove nothing to me. I wish you the best in that ring, right? You have as good a chance as anyone else, and I wish you luck.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
See you on the 23rd.
See you.
Oos. Wow. He's a very inspired man. Sounds like he's motivated. You better watch yourself.
Well, you haven't been talking about him for the last couple of weeks. We talk about all these other people that aren't on the show, like, AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes, and are they going to be in the Heartbreak Rumble? Will Cody Rhodes help me throw out Danny Limelight? Please, Cody Rhodes.
You know what? I don't think that that I've been unfair. There's a lot. You know what? I'm gonna make mention of some people that are going to be in the Battle Royal that we haven't gotten a lot of chances.
10 Bears,
because they haven't been on the show.
Judable.
We have a newcomer named Johnny Sunset. Right, from Venice Beach. Yeah. See, you didn't know about him, did you? Johnny Sunset from Venice Beach. He came from back east. Now he's living in Venice Beach, living the life of a surfer/wrestler.
So he's poor, is what you're telling me.
Making
You got a homeless guy from under the pier, and you're gonna put him in the Rumble? You're messed up.
He has a VW van that doubles as a home.
This isn't you in a wig, is it? If it's you in a wig, I'm gonna be real pissed off.
Poor guy at the
It better not be.
We have, of course, Voodoo Master is there. Chris Camacho is going to be in there. Alan Amos is in there. We got Freddie Chiver is in there. Freddie Flores and Alexander Vega. Two former.
Who are we forgetting? What big dominant former champion might also appear at this event oh my God, it's Mikey O'Shea. You named like 15 dudes before you thought of Mikey O'Shea. This is perfect. I love Mikey O'Shea.
Oh wow, interesting.
O'Shea, are you gonna win this Rumble? Are you gonna help me throw out Danny Limelight?
I want to be a heavyweight champion, so yeah, I do want to win the Rumble.
All right.
We've been on the same page before. We can get together on this, right?
Paying attention to the show.
We can agree.
Did I hear you not say that you're gonna throw me around? Do you remember what happened when you tried to throw me around 3 years ago? No, 2 years ago at the cage match. You tried to give me a slingshot, and then our good friend Andrew Pacino called you out on it.
That match was okay for what it was, man. That match, except for that decision on my part.
You said, and I quote, because he was fucking heavy.
Look how big he is, you son of a bitch. It was the best day of my life until the mean man from the internet told me that my match wasn't good. That I was in the hospital for weeks with depression. Because
I'm not going to take the whole thing. I'm just going to say this.
To be fair, Andrew Pacino, although he's about shorter than you, he probably weighs about the same as Mikey O'Shea.
I look at O'Shea and I think, lifting's a breeze when you bend at the knees. I've got this. And then lifting was whack because I used my back.
I will say this, since we're on the topic about memorable matches.
Yes.
May 2001, when I went to SmackDown after Judgment Day, I went and saw the TLC 3 match between Jericho and Benoit, Edge and Christian, Dudleys and Hardys as the main event of SmackDown with my Dead Man Inc. t-shirt, and I looked at my friend after the show was over and said, you know what? I want to be a professional wrestler. That's my memorable moment. My favorite match out of everything
The
I
next
watched
day,
live.
he was at my door with his nose pressed up against it, trying to scratch his way in.
That was 7 years ago. 7 years later.
Right?
Oh, okay.
He
2008.
wrestled for a long time before he met you, I
I was
think.
too young to try it by then. I don't even know if you had a jiu-jitsu place in 2001 here.
I sure did.
You
No, I
did?
wasn't here, but it was in down the street.
And the building was
But I
surrounded
will
by
say-
orange groves.
I will say my favorite live wrestling match I've ever seen in my life was Arizona, WrestleMania 26, Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels.
Yes.
That was a great live match. That was my favorite match to watch live. So, with that being said, I know you got other people to talk
Hold
about.
on.
Okay.
All right. You are what kind of game? Do you know your number for this face?
Do I know my number?
It's like a big old wad of silly putty, and you can just make it do whatever you want. Huh?
2 weeks ago.
I think he's going to fight Freddie Flores to determine who goes in last.
Okay. So you know your number.
Yep.
And how are you going to make that work? Without revealing the number, how do you know? How's that going to make it work for you? How are you going to make that work for you?
I'm one of the heaviest dudes in this match, so they got to put me over the top rope. All I have to do is pretty much lay down and gather my energy while they waste energy trying to lift me up.
Okay, well, there's a lot of younger guys with a lot of stamina. Guys like Drew Masters that are going to be in there. Guys like Alan Amos will be in there. They're smaller guys,
Holy
but they
crap,
have.
I never wrestled Alan Amos, dude. I'm going to throw him around. It's going to be so fun.
Well, I know
You
the
better
small.
take your T-shirt off,
these-
bro. I'm going to make you take your T-shirt
The
off.
smaller guys are not stupid. They know that they're the smaller guys. Guys like Drew Masters, who's lightning quick and got a lot of stamina. Him and Alan Amos.
Yeah.
There's those alliances that they could form. What do you guys? What?
Drew Masters is lightning quick,
What?
but he can go again and again. The young fellas are full of stamina, but they're going to be in and out of that rumble in about a minute. You know what I mean? They don't have the experience. They don't know how to pace themselves
Oh, I
like us
get it.
older fellas. The young fellas are going to come in with all their
You get
energy, all excited to be there. Pop, out they go in about 45 seconds at the most. You know what I mean?
Yes, I
worst,
do.
Travis.
Now I do.
That's the absolute worst. In underground wrestling, that's the worst.
Incorrigible.
Driving from like California all the way to Indiana, doing a 30-man battle royal, and you get eliminated in like 20 seconds. That's like the absolute worst.
No, the absolute worst is going to Indiana and finding out that they closed down the show, that there is not going to be a show.
That too.
All right.
Well, Drew Masters.
Yeah.
Drew Masters just says, "I am not small, but I'm lightning quick
Right? Master Son, lightning quick, love you long time.
with left hand."
Be out of Rumble. He whacks on.
Stop.
And then Drew Masters whacks off. Right out of the Rumble, son.
Try to stay in the frame.
My hand, dear God. I'm going to ride around on O'Shea's shoulders. I'm going to summon him like Leviticus over here. And he's going to take everyone that I don't like
Okay,
out.
all right. Here's a question for you, Mikey. If it comes down to you and him in the last two guys in the battle royal, right?
What do you think I'm gonna do?
Well, what are you gonna do? Tell me, and tell me what you're gonna do.
Don't forget about Danny.
Like I said, they're the last two left in the ring.
And then Danny Limelight. And if we've not yet squished Danny Limelight, we'll then squish him.
Wait,
you know?
you mean him or Danny Limelight?
No, Danny Limelight. Because Danny Limelight's name
No,
is
I'm
Danny.
asking John.
God damn
Do
it.
you mean him or Danny Limelight?
You and Dan,
Us,
Azrael,
me.
Azrael. You
Yeah,
I got
the
nothing but
friction,
love for this guy,
right?
but when it comes down to me and him, I got nothing but love for you.
Right? 14 Irish more, yes. We're gonna get this going on, and it's gonna be like the gangs of New York in this here match, bloke. Boy, golly.
What'll it be? Rib or chop?
Roll.
Loin or shaft?
Oh, there's a stroke. There's a kill. There's a kill. You never
That's a
seen the
wound.
movie? That's a wound. That's a wound. That's a kill. You never seen the movie?
I did. You know what? But that's like, that's for like.
You want need a hot or cold?
And
Considering that
BA
you're lukewarm, I will
I'll not
spew
make
you
fun
out
of-
of my mouth.
You know?
BA Marcus Frey will back me up on that. That's white people shit right there. I don't get that movie at all.
Thank you.
Uh,
I die a true American.
Just like you probably never saw Blood In, Blood Out and went, yeah. Exactly.
Colors. You're all divided by colors.
Those locals
Colors.
forever.
Okay. All right. No, you're missing the point. All right. So that said, like we had mentioned earlier, the tag teams. There's no real tag team in there, right? But there are members of a tag team who can work as a team at least for a while. Our next guest is no stranger to tag teams. Obviously, he's a two-time OCCW tag team champion. One half of the
Me too,
OC
by
tag.
the way. I've been OCCW Tag Team Champions 2 times.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, the indistinguishable, I'm kidding, the inimitable Freddie Flores. Come on in.
Now,
Freddie.
real quick, Freddie Flores, your fellow Puerto Rican, Danny Limelight, just said, I would I would feel bad for John sitting in between those two clowns, but I also hate John.
Oh, that must be the professionalism of
That
which
was
you speak
stunning.
there.
That was
a-
electrifying. I wasn't going to buy a ticket before, but by God, Danny Limelight's little text message, now I'm going to be there. Because he said, Mal ass that one time. And by God, that got me right in my feels. Right here.
You know what? I'll tell you what, Danny Limelight. When you come in and pick up your tickets to, your comps and your sales, we'll talk about professionalism and all that. But until then, this seat is going to be taken by people who show up. So, Danny Limelight, I wish you luck in the Heartbreak City Rumble. Keep watching, right? There's more people who have more things to say about Danny Limelight. All right. I personally feel Danny Limelight has the best chance that anyone who drew the first number has had since we've instituted the Heartbreak City Rumble. So while you guys may say, Danny Limelight, you guys have your work cut out for you, don't you?
Absolutely not. I am in the best position. Freddie Flores was not part of the Heartbreak City Rumble last year. He was part of a winning team when he defeated the Von Dooms, the team of Vintage Dragon and Cyanide, and he came out a winner. Just like this month, when he comes out a winner, because there's not just one person in that ring. It's Freddie Flores and Alexander Vega going up against everyone. Azrael, B.A. Marcus Frey, Danny Limelight, Mikey O'Shea. You keep racking them up. We'll be taking you out. I'm not even going to mention the Freddies. Because there's only one true Freddie. The best dressed professional wrestler in Orange County Championship Wrestling. So keep running your mouth. Because we will keep knocking you out and taking you out.
Wow. Okay. Inspired words from an inspired man again.
Right.
What do you have to say to that? What if you wound up in the ring with just Freddie
Well,
Flores?
he did end up in the ring last month, didn't you there, Azrael?
What'd I ever do to you, by the way? I was just in there minding my own business with Mikey O'Shea, trying to prevent our company from closing, from disbanding, from all of our jobs going overseas to the other wrestling promotion run by your tag team champions. And then you had to come in and do the move to me for no reason.
Well, you were in my way because I never got my rematch.
Yeah, how about that? Why are you trying to fire them at the beginning of the first show? That's messed up.
I wasn't. I just told him that, you know what? If you don't have a winner, you don't have a
Well,
don't
we
have a
both came
job.
out winners again.
Right? I think they tricked you. They put
I'm
a
more of
little-
a glasses half empty type of guy, and I think you both lost. You know what I'm
Long story
saying?
short, we're still here.
Yeah, you know what? You are. But, there's always somewhere else you can go. All right. Straight to hell. Yeah. Okay. All right. While I have you here, you've heard the topic on the table.
Absolutely.
Tell us your most memorable and your first, if they're not the same, wrestling match.
It is the same. It is actually in 2008. And funny to mention that Mikey O'Shea was actually at that show. It was his first show, as was mine. It was at Pro Wrestling Guerrillas, Pearl Harbor. Back when
Pearl Harbor?
Pearl Harbor was the name of the show. It was in La Habra.
Pearl Harbor?
Tickets were like $10, I think 15, maybe 20.
And they're worth every penny.
Back when Scott Lost was still working, Chris Bosch, the Young Bucks were still young.
I wasn't there.
Chris Bosch wasn't there? Scorpio Sky,
Yeah.
Davey Richards. I think they had a 2 out of 3 falls. It was Davey Richards and Roderick Strong.
No, Rocky Romero.
Rocky Romero.
Did you guys
2 out
go
of 3
together?
falls. No, but it was.
Did you hold hands?
We should have.
Ah.
But Matt Jackson landed on me, and I realized that day that Freddie Flores could actually be a thing. Because before then, there was no Freddie Flores. So I guess I think Matt Jackson's left boot.
So you took a guy to lay on your lap.
Absolutely.
Damn.
And you caught him, and you're like, I could do this professionally.
Absolutely.
Acceptable now, okay?
I'm not saying
It's 2019, Joey the Bull.
I have plenty of guys on my lap. Believe me, I know.
So, Freddie Flores, you think you have a 1 in 20 chance to win this battle royal. That means you have about a 5% chance. But when you're dealing with Azrael is a genetic freak, and that gives me about a plus 20% chance to win this battle royal. And I'm already friends with Mikey O'Shea, and I'm pretty sure B.A. Marcus Frey doesn't hate me. So I've got at least a 66 and 2/3% chance of winning this battle royal here on February the 23rd. And Danny Limelight has 0 chance. You've got no chance in hell. You've got a melting snowflake's chance against the monster that is Leviticus. Me and my arms of doom. I've got Flores and Vega coming in. I'm gonna summon the creature that is Mikey O'Shea. I'm gonna summon the Infinity Gauntlet. I'm gonna make a fist and I'm gonna jam it right up that
Boys and girls, I am 100%.
Adults can
confused.
go too. Not just for little kids.
You know, there's no bar there.
What am I gonna do and tell them? Is my match early?
I'll bring flasks for everybody. I'll bring flasks for everybody.
Will they have paper bags and perhaps
No,
a
they
red
will not.
soda cup?
Absolutely not.
I've been
There
lined
is
up. I
one
know.
thing that Freddie Flores does agree with Azrael on this subject is that Danny Limelight Rivera has made himself a pariah in Orange County Championship Wrestling. So Danny Limelight, for Alexander Vega, and Freddie Flores, you may be a porty. That doesn't mean anything to me. Because you're just going to be somebody else we're going to be throwing out.
Puerto Rican.
I know.
You're all uncultured swine.
Is Puerto Rico a
Cultured
real
swine.
place? Is
Puerto
that,
Rico
isn't
is
that like
it's a
Narnia or
beautiful
Mordor?
it's a beautiful place. You never been there? Absolutely
like it?
beautiful. It is.
You
Beautiful
went?
country.
Delicious food.
You went to
I've
Puerto
been there,
Rico?
yes.
Why?
Why? Because I'd already been to Mexico. And it's
Okay.
the only other language I speak in the outside world.
So
So
much it was more.
Fair enough.
that's how. Yeah, that's how Danny Limelight was born. My trip to
The audience wants to know, do you speak
Now,
Spanish?
Más o
are
menos.
you secretly Danny Limelight's father? Are we gonna find out? Is he the Hornswoggle? Is he gonna come running out from under the ring?
I can.
You were in Puerto Rico at some point in perhaps the 80s. I don't know how old he is, but about 1980 something. You were in Puerto Rico.
This show is about professional wrestling, not about my personal life.
You,
all right?
you like
I
comic
will
books?
neither.
Kinda
Whatever you
weird.
want,
I will-
Jonathan Malice.
Yeah, Captain America is not Spider-Man's.
It might be Seville.
Could be.
Seville's in Puerto Rico too, so.
Seville's a prick. Anyway, let's move on. We're not going to talk about whether or not I'm
I'm
Danny
bringing a
Limelight's
23andMe to this thing.
What is a 23andMe?
It's like a quick. Are you the dad? Are you not the
Hey,
dad?
you,
Real
you
quick.
better not.
I just
You
jab
better
you.
not.
I just
You
jab
better
you
not.
with it
I
real
swear to
quick.
God. If
And
I
then
see you do that, I swear to God, you better not.
I just.
You better not. You better not.
Maury.
I'm not kidding.
No,
I'm not
Maury.
kidding.
You are not the father.
Yeah, that's right.
Very curious.
Yeah.
And then
Look
with-
at the kid doesn't even look like me. All right.
That's
I don't like you.
debatable.
I don't
That's
like
very
you.
debatable.
I do not like you spreading
Create
those
a
rumors.
poll.
Do not.
Create
Do
a
not.
poll.
Do not. Do not. Do not spread that rumor. I can categorically and emphatically say that I don't think that I am Danny Limelight's dad. Let's move on.
Y'all have the same head, bald, you know.
Yeah.
No reason. No reason.
That better not be what I
I
think it
just
is.
gotta find Danny Limelight. now.
All right, let's
Answer
move it
some
right
questions.
along.
Kurt Angle, Jason Jordan.
Yeah, moving right along. Okay, so you've drawn your number
Absolutely.
you've drawn your number in the
Heartbreak City Rumble.
Heartbreak City Rumble. Now I'm all shaken up because of this horrible rumors that you're trying to spread. How are you going to make that number work for you without revealing what the number is? How are you going to make that work for you?
Well, it doesn't matter what number Freddie Flores gets because we all know La Raza's going to be strong that day. So it may happen that Alexander Vega might be right before Freddie Flores or maybe right after. Who knows? Who knows, right? But La Raza gets what La Raza wants. And as of right now, it is to be the OCCW heavyweight champion. May he go through 20 men and that clown Gushin Ubershoot. By the way, I'm so hot.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Let me give you one question, and then I'll let you go on your way. Do you think what's going to happen if it winds up with just you and Alexander Vega in the we have a live studio audience, ladies and gentlemen. What will happen if it winds up with just you and Alexander Vega, the last two men in the ring?
Well, as I've said many, many times before,
You mother. Go on.
They're good at jumping out and landing at the same time. They did it out of the cage. They might do it again.
As I said many, many times before, at the end of the night, when the dust settles, when the smoke clears,
Okay, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. What they're trying to do is they're trying to tease me with, but they're trying to show similarities on the screen between what I can only assume is
The
Danny
results
Limelight
are in, and you are
myself.
the father.
I am not Danny Limelight's dad.
Look at that
Hey,
nose.
let's pull it together. All right, now then, go back to what will happen if it's you and Alexander Vega when the dust clears.
smoke settles. Blah, blah,
Smoke
blah, blah.
settles, yeah.
You're the dad. It'll be Viva la Raza, and it'll be, well,
Daddy Limelight's hanging on the shoulder. Look at that.
Quit covering it. Don't be ashamed.
I don't look. See, look, I look nothing like him. Look at. I'm much taller, right? I have thicker shoulders, right? I don't have any ridiculous tattoos. Not that that matters. What's that?
Tattoos aren't genetic, John.
I know.
You
I
can
know.
you can get those.
and as of right now, Freddie Flores pleads the fifth. We are not at liberty to discuss who will be the OCCW heavyweight champion. But the point is, La Raza will be the OCCW heavyweight champion. And that is something you can bank on.
Very interesting. All right, that sounds pretty well assured as to what's going on. All right. Obviously, B.A. Marcus Frey is in there. We will have members of Exodus in there. You got your work cut out for this. 20 people coming from out of state. Oh no! Is that
the same pose? The same pose.
Holy shit! Oh my God!
Is that on the air right now? Is that on the air?
I can't see.
Take it down.
I think that's us.
I'm choking over here.
Oh my God!
They're doing the same pose. Oh my
I've hit
God.
upon something.
I'm gonna make a T-shirt.
All right, we want to thank and excuse our good friend Freddie Flores. I wish you nothing but luck in the battle royal. All right, and to La Raza and Alexander Vega, I wish you. I'm
gonna sell that T-shirt.
Dude, you know what? I want everyone to know that I was only in Puerto Rico for a couple of days.
It don't take days, John.
And frankly, I was with someone, so if someone went to Puerto Rico with me, so I was not.
Were they watching you?
I don't.
You got any pictures of?
You're not gonna make me doubt myself. I am not
Thinking about it. Oh my God!
All right.
The same pose. Wow.
All right. Shifting gears right away. As you know, the Free Admission Channel is home to many other podcasts. From According to Woods to what is the other one? Gym Crashers. MMA Unbound. And what's the one with the girl with
Do
the
they have
arthritis?
Tales from the Pole still?
Oh, okay.
Ow.
So, and as you know, the well-known Bully Zone. All right, and right now we have
He left a long time ago, brother.
right now we have a member of said Bully Zone coming on to share some of his knowledge and talk a little bit about their new show and their new format.
He's talking with his friend Andrew Pacina.
He's talking with his friend Andrew Pacina. If he's friends with Andrew Pacina, I'm going to hit him so hard, Andrew Pacina's fat little bitch ass is going to feel it. Is he coming? All right, we're going to move on. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
He's coming.
He's not. Is he? Or maybe he's busy calling TMZ to find out if they want an exclusive on who Danny Limelight's dad is. I sure hope Danny Limelight's dad isn't really watching because
Or is he really watching? Maybe he's been watching all the time. OCCW is about bringing people together, John.
Listen to me. All right, Puerto Rico, I had a lot of fun.
It's the Heartbreak Rumble, but maybe it's the Heart Mend Rumble. Maybe we're bringing people back together.
Look, I'm sure that if there were any truth to that, we would have heard by now from him. I mean, I've known Danny Limelight almost a year. You know, he's been part of OCCW for a
Trying
while.
to get to know you.
He's like when
Follows
Kurt
you
Angle
around.
found out that kid was his son.
Here we are, face to face. A couple of
How do you feel about New York?
How do I feel about New York? I haven't been there lately, so or Brooklyn. Okay, well, it looks like Lance is gone. He, maybe had some warrants or something, and he's gone. All right.
That's the bedtime.
All right, so we're gonna move past to our next guest, our featured attraction, the Cat's Pajamas, the Lions Roar. Ladies and gentlemen, the Orange County Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Gusten Thunder Uberstud.
Oh, yeah! I gotta slide in on this chair.
Thank you. I'm glad someone can follow directions. Good.
Normally, I would come out and I would be talking about I'm your. Don't
What are you
worry.
eating? Are you eating peanuts too?
Hey, Daddy is here and Daddy brought snacks. Okay.
Your dad's here. Your dad's here.
Now.
Say it isn't true! It's impossible! It's impossible! As he gets thrown out of the Rumble, say it isn't true!
It isn't true. It can't. God, I hope it.
That's not how the movie goes.
Yeah, I don't.
I will just say, as a completely unbiased opinion, you are glowing, John Malice. You look more radiant today than when you were pregnant with Danny Limelight 30 years ago.
I don't think that's funny. Let's move past my own personal life.
So all these people are trying to be the number one contender to Gusten Uberstud's title. Are you sweating it, Uberstud? You look pretty comfortable there eating your almonds.
That's because everybody's out there talking about, Danny Limelight, talking about Andrew Piscina. Everybody talking about this. Everybody talking about, maybe I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. Maybe I'm going to win the Rumble. Maybe I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. Well, maybe everybody should be thinking about what happens if they actually do win the Royal Rumble, because they seem to forget.
First of all,
following that, they have to get in the ring with the OCCW Heavyweight Champion. So any of you that's sitting out there thinking, it's going to be me, I'm going to win the Royal Rumble, you better get scared, because the only thing that we should all be worried about is these nuts!
First of all, it is not the Royal Rumble. That is a World Wrestling Entertainment owned entity. We are talking about the Heartbreak City Rumble, which is what our people, OCCW, will be participating in just 11 short days.
Now, I've seen the almond milk in the store. Show me the nipples on there. Show me where the milk comes from out of an almond.
So the almond.
No,
That's
let's
been
not see any
bothering me.
nipples this week, okay? Let's keep those to yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, the winner of the Heartbreak City Rumble will be the number one contender for this lovely belt here. And, okay, let's say, who do you think is going to win? Who? Give me three favorites that you think have the best chance of winning the Rumble.
Well, let's say this little nut represents Marcus Spray, and this little nut represents Danny Limelight.
Oh, no, again with Danny Limelight.
This little nut represents everybody else. Nom, 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 nom. That's how much I care who wins, because all the nuts are going in my mouth.
Oh my.
Has anybody seen my nut? The big assaulting round.
There. I got something for you. Open your mouth.
No, I don't want your nuts in my mouth. All right?
Close your eyes and open your mouth.
No, stick your own nuts in your mouth, in your own mouth, all right? You want to put his nuts in your mouth?
What? No.
Here.
Not even a little.
Here's a few nuts for you. Get some nuts in your
They'll
mouth.
fit in my keto diet.
Keto, another guy on keto.
There you go.
No, don't be...
The
Don't
chiver
throw my nuts
was
all over the
a
room.
I'm getting some nuts flying at Freddie Flores' face. I got some flying at me.
That was a bad idea. Keep your nuts to yourself.
Oh, no.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, so tell us, so you think it's going to be the three guys that you expect to finish on top? You said Danny Limelight? You don't care?
I mean, sure. Why not those three guys?
Okay. All right.
Hey, you are forgetting the winner of last year's Heartbreak City Rumble. That would be me, by the way. I worked, I toiled, I bled and sweat, and I paid the price in that steaming hot battle royal, in that contest of titans, in that struggle, and I had to fight all night long.
We were number 30 last year.
And I supervised, and I was very patient, and I bided my time until it came. And
Yes, you were very brave. You were like an American hero.
I'm sitting right here.
You were like,
Come on.
you were like,
Hey man, hey, I don't
no,
sweat.
not this shit again.
Champion.
We don't have to wait for
Leviticus. I'm gonna mess you up so bad. You're gonna wish I didn't mess you up.
Sit down.
I'm number one contender.
You go that way. You go that way. What the hell is this? No, get down. Get down. This is our fight.
Well, ladies and boys and girls, this is Joey the Bull, and this was OCCW Royal Ramble. See you next week.